Welcome to another episode on our channel. In the last episode, we talked about making 1/6 scale stands for almost nothing, at least from my perspective, because we were able to get some wooden pallets from some construction workers. They said they were going to throw them away. When my husband asked if he could take them, they said yes. And so he took a bunch of the pallets and tried to select some pretty good wood, did some planing on the wood, and this is what we came up with. If we wanted two figures on the stand, we used wooden dowels that we drilled holes in. We drilled holes into the stand to put the wooden dowels in. And then with a waist grabber, let's just pull this one out of the stand, you can just put that in there and put your figure up on. Now, these stands I got from Monkey Depot for $175 per stand. I was looking on eBay, curious to see what one stand would cost, and I saw one of these exact stands selling for $7.99, basically $8. With $3.99 for shipping, basically $4. $12 plus whatever tax is applicable for eBay. At least $12 to get a stand I paid $1.75 for. All right. So I'm tired of spending so much money on stands. If I can make a stand, or my husband can make a stand, and it looks good, I'm going to be a happy camper. Recognizing, though, that you guys are probably not going to be fortunate enough to find construction workers who are giving away pallets, and recognizing that it'll take a lot of elbow grease to plane the wood and get it ready for staining and that sort of thing. You probably don't have the time or the energy to do that. You might want to go back to something we talked about in the last episode as well. Because one idea we had floating around was using plywood. Just plain old red oak plywood. And staining it, drilling holes in it, using the same stand, but cutting the round piece into a little square 1-inch thing, putting it through the hole, and then putting the stand in, two holes for two stands. So this might be doable. And if you wanted to use these stands, that would work. $1.75 from Monkey Depot. The thing here is that you can stain it. It looks great stained. It really does. Now, the edging is not so good, but you can actually get stripping that you can iron on to all four sides. And then when you stain it, you stain everything at the same time. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Using plywood is easier to cut, drill holes in, and we'll talk about tomorrow maybe another alternative other than using wooden dowels to put into the stands where the waist grabbers can go. All right, so we'll pause and I'll bring in the Revolutionary War soldiers and the Confederate and Union soldiers so that you can see what they look like on these stands compared to what we showed you in the last episode with the home crafted stands. So we'll be right back. We are back, and here are our Revolutionary soldiers, our Civil War soldiers on two pieces of plywood where strips were used for the edging. It was stained one color, and I don't know about you guys, but it looks great. Uniformity. So if you really want uniformity among your figures with your stands, this is the way to go. the wood won't cost you an arm and a leg, the dowels won't cost you an arm and a leg, and the waist grabbers, if you get it from Monkey Depot anyway, won't cost you an arm and a leg. We're still thinking about ways to make it even cheaper still, though. So we have some ideas about, instead of wooden dowels, what to use. But certainly wooden pallets, your wood varies from pallet to pallet, even from, one section of the board to another section of the board. You won't get uniformity like this. So this is an alternative to buying stands that take up more real estate, 10 inches compared to 7.5 inches. And frankly, sometimes two figures just go good together and should be on one stand. So the Revolutionary War soldiers look great together. The Civil War soldiers, brothers, look great together. Tomorrow, or in the next episode, I should say, we'll talk a little bit more about maybe some other alternatives that are cheaper to use for stands. Anyway, I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.